fantasy, caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see.
Now, since the three of you finished recording the album, I see you've added a new member to the lineup. Your former bassist, whose name I can't remember and who can't swim anyway. May he rest in peace. He's given way to the youth movement.
He's in Syracuse, New York or something. So, go on, I'm sorry.
Does Johnny Five appreciate the elemental magic of that era of music the rest of us grew up with?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he looks like a kid. He's a little older than people might think, but he looks like a kid. And he's just, the great thing about him, man, is that I sort of stumbled upon him inadvertently, and he is also a guitar player, and you know, he has his own things going with that. But as soon as I met the guy, we just hit it off so well that, I mean, I'm like, you know, I love to surround myself with cool people and just have a good time, you know what I mean? In fact, that's the way I feel like shows should be. I don't feel like a show should be a band on a stage and people coming to see them. I think a show should be like a party where everybody's invited and we happen to have the microphone. That's all it is, you know? And it's like with Johnny, his vibe was so good, and he's such a good guy. He's just such a good guy that I'm like, this guy has to be in our band. And we said, you ever thought about playing bass? And he goes, I don't know, man, I never really thought about it. That's just how he talks, right? I said, I don't know, maybe. You know, so we said, well, you should really think about playing bass. And so he heard the stuff, and he freaked out. I mean, he freaked out on it, which was great. And he's very, very happy, and we're very happy to have him. And he's, you know, he's a good showman. He's a real good musician, a real good singer, and he definitely brings a lot to the party.
Now, so for the listeners who haven't necessarily heard you guys yet, your album, Reimaginator, just came out, and you guys have managed to take elements of some 34 pop, hard rock, and metal classics and blend them into 13 unique tunes. So people listening on the radio or reading the interview and everything, you need to get a copy of this. Go to rocksugarband.com, pick it up, check out the video. It's just absolutely classic and just kicks ass. So
I'll throw out there to you before, and then please continue. And basically, you know, our goal with this record was if you've ever enjoyed pop music, rock music, hard rock music, or metal music, hopefully there's something on this record for you. But don't take my word for it. Seriously, go to rocksugarband.com. You can sample all the songs a little bit. I think it's like a 1.5-minute clip of each song on there. You'll see for yourself. This will be, I can pretty much promise you, the most fun party album you could ever want to have. Just to get one and look at the looks on your friends' faces when you play it for them for the first time. I keep hearing over and over that that's everybody's favorite thing to do now is play the songs for people who aren't expecting what they end up getting. And hopefully, you know, you'll find that to be true after you check it out. And don't forget to go to our website, register there, and that way we can let everybody know when we're coming through your town, because we'd love to see all you guys in person and hopefully shake your hands. And so register at rocksugarman.com and also go to YouTube. We have several videos up there with more going up all the time, but the primary one is called Don't Stop the Sandman, and that's the Journey Metallica kind of blend that we put together, and it's we're very proud to say that in basically a month of active viewership, because it was up there for a long time and nobody knew anything about it, but after we got the first 1,000, it's only been about a month, and it's at over like 256,000 as of today or something, so we're over 250,000. We won't stop until we get it to 1 million, and I'm very confident that with the help of all you cool people out there listening, I think we can do it.
Absolutely, and when you go to the site, the first thing you're going to see before you even get in there is you're going to see your video for Kickstart My Rhapsody. So
yeah, that's kind of a scoop too. A lot of people don't know that. That's like a bonus, because you know sometimes I do it too. You go to a website and it says skip intro. Well, you don't want to skip this intro because that's the only place you can see that so far, and it's still very, very cool, and it's something to see. So by all means, take it. Thanks for mentioning that too, dude. See, you remember more stuff than we do, Rusty.
Totally. Well, I don't. You still have the hair growing in your head, messing with your brains and whatnot. I've shaved it all off. I don't have to worry about that anymore, so I can think about other things. Now,
if it weren't for my hair, I'd have no career, bro.
There you go.
I'm sorry, man.
That's when I gave up my music career.
My hair has its own agent, dude. It's like what's the one thing? So he goes, I travel in a car, but my hair travels in a limo. Yeah, exactly.
To me,
Now, I've read several of the reviews reviews for the record so far, and you guys have had a lot of people reviewing it, which is great because, you know, it's so hard for so many new bands to get known out there. But I've read a lot of these reviews and the subsequent reader responses. You got to love technology, right?
Right, absolutely.
Most people really seem to get it, although there's always the haters. Are you surprised with how strong and positive the response has been so far?
Actually, I got to tell you, and
let's be modest.
No, I'm going to be modest. I'm going to be modest but objective, man. It's like actually the answer to that is not at all, but it has nothing to do with myself or my friend here. What it has to do with is the idea. Okay, because I tell everybody, and I'm telling you the same thing, that if I wasn't in this thing and I heard about it, and I mean I'm a businessman and I'm a rock fan. Okay, so if I heard about this, I go, that's brilliant. That's a really, really good idea. No matter who came up with it, it could have been anybody that came up with it, and that did it. So the fact that everybody likes it as much as they do, while I'm enormously gratified by it, I'm not that surprised because they know all these songs and love them. They just haven't heard them like this before. And seeing how, you know, metal has always transcended generations. It's a really interesting thing, but really popular metal and hard rock. I mean, if you go even now to a club or a bar in your neighborhood, you know, and they're playing Lil Wayne, and then they play, you know, whoever else. They play Lady Gaga and all these other records that are so hot right now, and then they put on You Shook Me All Night Long. Watch what happens. It doesn't matter what the age group of the people is. It doesn't matter what the, you know, economic group of those people is. The reaction is the same. Also with Don't Stop Believin', also with a lot of these songs, because they transcend the genre. They're bigger than that. And so we knew going in, and that's why another reason we know the band is going to be such a powerhouse live is because everything we do is the greatest hit of all the greatest bands that we ever enjoyed, you know. So, and we play them all at once. So it's definitely going to be a good time. We love the reception. We love the reviews. We can't get over how positive. I must admit, I am a little surprised with exactly how positive they are and how glowing they are, because I don't know that we expected that. But we did know that people would, that the listeners and stuff would dig it, because it's a very diggable thing, you know. And I'm also happy about the fact that, you know, the whole, you know, hater phenomenon eludes me. I don't really understand, you know, why anybody would take the time to say something negative, you know, especially unkindly negative about anybody's work, whatever it is, you know, in any capacity, because it's like, well, then just, you know, if you can't say something nice, you know, fill in the blanks. But, you know, I must tell you that I'm thrilled by the fact that I would say that for every maybe 149 really, really nice things folks have had to say about the band and the record and the project, there's maybe one negative. And that's a pretty damn good average, you know, and I'm really proud of that. I mean, not that it would really make any difference if there were more haters out there saying all kinds of nasty stuff, because all I'd say to them is, man, I feel sorry for you. Try to cheer up, you know, or just go listen to another radio station.
Yeah, go read our story. You know, really like
have a laugh, man. I mean, it's like don't take life so seriously.
Oh, like the first time I played one of your tracks on Mojo Radio, I literally got IMs for the first 30 seconds of the song going, this isn't the song that you said you were going to play.
Yeah, we love that. My favorite thing to this day about the record is putting it on for someone who doesn't know it, saying, here, listen to this, and then, you know, whatever it is starts up, and they're like, I know this, oh, it sounds good. I'm like, yeah, okay, and then we go to the other thing, and they're like, what? You know, and it's that. So, yeah, that's what I was saying. I think that one of the most fun things you can do with it is get it and play it for your friends and go, hey, you want to check something kind of cool out? You know? Like, look how fast this car can go.
Now, I know all of your songs, even your mashup songs, because you've worked hard to create them like that. They're all your children, and you love them all equally. But truthfully, Chuck, what's your favorite song on the album?
Oh, wow.
Just one favorite?
That's a good question.
Well, I know you love them all. You can't not love them all, but
you know what?
Which one makes your nipples hard?
I'll tell you what, man. The Kickstart Your Rhapsody is freaking insane. I mean, that song just, like, you know, blows me away. When I was putting that together, I'm like, man, if this thing works, it's going to be amazing. And it did. And it's magical. And it came out exactly the way it should have. And people people hear that and they go like, this isn't right. Like, it's so freaking insane. It's almost like a new song.
Yeah, and that one, by the way, is all about Chuck. I mean, Chuck really put that together on his own, and it's pretty ridiculous.
But you're a boy.